Good morning. Welcome to NEK-VT Rocks. My guest today is Dan Govin, who's now at the Newport's International brand new spanking airport, which used to be called just Newport Airport.
Newport State Airport. Yep.
Yeah. So what's changed?
Well, between the feds and the state as a collaborative together, we've spent $20 million in the past 3 years.
Wow.
We went from 4,000 to 5,300 feet, full parallel taxiway, new fuel system, larger apron, full new SRE building, which is snow removal building. And we actually have one full-time person actually, and a part-time person that just maintains the airfield now.
Wow. That sounds pretty impressive. In real terms, practical terms, what does that mean? What kind of planes can fly in here and out?
Yeah, 5,000 feet is the magic number for larger aircraft. We get in G4s, G5s, Embraer 135s, so 12 passenger.
And there can be the kinds of planes that pick up goods and things like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Cargo could definitely be a factor now. The airport can sustain it. Absolutely.
How is this going to, here's a crazy metaphor, how is this going to get off the ground? How will it grow?
Time. We live in an area where I think if you build it, they will come. We kind of pretty much put the egg before the chicken, I guess. So, and it's working. We're seeing larger aircraft come in now.
Where are they going? I mean, people fly into Newport. We think we're stunning, but what else?
Some local businesses, people going on vacations, be surprised in Craftsbury, there's a ski cross-country thing. Well, I got one guy that comes for that. Canada, it's a big one, Georgiaville. A lot of Canadians that fly out of there to go to Florida, if you will.
Wow. And they touch down in Newport before they go to Florida?
Before they go to Florida or when they come home.
Huh.
Because, the fees are much more expensive landing in Canada. You have to clear customs, touchdown, come back, and it's got to be a point of entry. So, it's only a 25, 30-minute drive to come to Newport.
Right. So then they can fly out of here, and you take them down to wherever they want to go.
Exactly. So it's just more convenient. It's, when you're flying, if you can rent a plane like that, it's all about convenience.
Right. A lot of people have said to me that that they didn't even know there was an airport up here, which is sort of hard to believe.
Oh my
because
God.
Every time you come along that road, there's the sign.
I started Lakeview in 2004, and I said, we'll try to put this airport on the map. And even the locals, it's still today, I'll hear, I didn't even know there was an airport here.
Right.
Oh my God. I don't know what more we did the fish concert. I said, that'll put it out there. Well, I still get it today. I didn't know there was an airport. Yeah, well.
So what will make the difference?
I don't know.
Planes are usually such a magnet for people.
Right. Any airport it's a gateway to your kingdom, if you will.
Yeah.
Infrastructure. You can't knock infrastructure. You got the infrastructure. Anything else can build with it. J Peak. It's a gateway to J Peak.
Right.
Instead of people flying to Burlington, now we can handle that. I know they started with Porter Air in Montreal, and that could still be a viable thing to put in Newport.
So any of us who are, say, flying out of Burlington somewhere could plane hop from here to Burlington?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would that be an astronomical fee, or is...
More so now has Tradewind. The air service. They come, I don't know how many, eight times a week. So they go to New York, Boston route, and and it's in the works where we've always put it out there that if there was a big enough demand in Newport, that Tradewind, it wouldn't be a big deal to come 10 minutes this way to stop by, pick them up, and go that way, then go to New York. So it's definitely possible.
Yeah, that's something, if I fly out of Boston or Birmingham, I've never even thought of flying from this airport to there, but it would be so much easier than driving.
Right,
which I hate doing.
Oh yeah, I I've done Burlington as fast as 12 minutes. So 2-hour drive, 12 minutes.
It took you longer to fly to Magog.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a gateway, and it's
Right.
a valuable asset to the area.
I know you do a lot of trips for sort of local families and
Yeah.
tourists. I was lucky enough to go up in one of those a year ago,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't have known, looking down and looking back into Newport, just how incredible it was as a view if
Oh,
I
yeah.
hadn't done that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean,
amazing.
you know, I mean, I've done it a couple times when we go to Magog looking this way, and that was one of my questions to you guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're so used to looking north.
Right.
Look south, it's like, wow, it's totally different.
It's
We're
incredible.
over international territory looking
Yeah.
south, you know, it's pretty cool.
And flying back down over the lake, flying
Yeah.
up over the lake too, what you see is just so different from what you see on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
It was a
oh, yeah.
wonderful trip.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I do aerial tours, and most of the first place I always take people is, where do you live?
Mhm.
So, you know, I take them over their house, and the number one question, they don't know where to find their house. I always give them that option. Where do you live? This is,
Right.
I don't know.
Let's go bud your house.
Yeah, right. And then once we find their place, they look around and they says, "Oh my God, I didn't know I had that behind my place." Or I didn't know that where boneyard was back there. You know, it's just,
I didn't know my garden was such a mess.
Yeah. you know, it's so vast. You
Yeah.
know, it's definitely, the woods are like everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So.
Do school groups ever come out and look
Oh,
at the
yeah.
airport?
Oh, absolutely. I'm involved with. I'm on the advisory board for the Career Center for the automotive department.
Huh.
So every year we set up, at least twice a year, they bring a group of kids, show them, give them a tour of the airport, and
Mhm.
aircrafts. We do job shadow programs. So through maintenance, they send an individual, if you will, for 2 months to work side by side with my mechanic. So that's worked
So
out
you're
really
an
well.
intern program,
Yeah.
in effect.
Yeah.
That's really great.
The junior high, we do the business community thing in Derby, where I don't know what it is. All local businesses go and
Mhm.
they introduce to the junior high. So I've been doing that for about 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So you know, to get community involvement and work with kids, I mean, it's our future.
Yeah, it
Gotta
is.
find a way to keep the kids here, and if we make it interesting enough,
Yeah.
it can
And
happen.
I'm sure it's sort of, that's not something that's on the regular curriculum to think of an airfield as a career.
Oh, sure,
option.
absolutely. I mean, aviation right now, it's under their worst time for retirees, and they're looking for new pilots, like hundreds of thousands of them in the next few years, to replace that aging fleet. So there's a big, huge demand for pilots and a big, huge demand for mechanics.
Huh. Do you do pilot training here?
I do. I do have a flight school. I have currently 9 students right now, 2 instructors, 5 aircraft in which to train from. We can do
Mhm.
your basic private, instrument, commercial, right up to your CFI, multi-engine. So,
Do people have to have an academic background first to be in the pilot training program?
oh, not at all. Not at all. You can just come in and walk in the office and say, "I want to learn how to fly. What do I need to do?" That's it.
Cool, I could do that.
You could do that. Just give me passport, valid license, picture. You're not involved with Osama bin Laden, whatever.
Well, you never
Yeah,
know.
well, yeah. So, and we even have a couple Canadians as well that are getting their pilot's license through us.
Huh.
So, yeah, pretty interesting.
How many young women are taking flight lessons, flying lessons?
Right now I have 2, and amazing you should say that. I just hired a female instructor, so that's pretty exciting. She just fresh out of school.
That's
so,
great.
yeah.
It's certainly an area that's always been considered to be male-dominated. I mean,
Yeah.
only men were allowed to fly in the
Right.
armed forces for a long time, and that's changing now.
Oh yeah, plane sense, trade wind.
Yeah.
Wheels up, we're seeing a lot more female pilots right now. It's almost every plane that comes in has at least one female pilot.
That's great.
So, oh yeah, no, it's definitely opening up a field for women, and yeah, very nice, very good. Just the beginning, I think.
Uh-huh. Do you do other things at the airfield like parachute jumping?
No, I don't do parachute jumping. Franklin County does that,
Yeah.
and there's one in Burlington, and it just involves a safety zone, an area, you know, and it just kind of something that I never really
Mm-hmm.
thought I should venture out and to try to do. So yeah,
Yeah.
leave that to them guys. But no, I do aerial tours.
Mm-hmm.
I do that on a weekly basis, every day, 7 days a week. So,
And you sort of garage planes for other people who have their own private small planes.
right.
It's
I
hard
have.
to put one in your backyard.
Yeah, right. You know, we do hangar stores, and we do people do own hangars. So there's
Yeah.
all it's a state-owned airport, so they have 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not hard to lease the land and build a building and have your own hangar.
Right.
Yeah, so I have a full shop. We take care of 43 aircrafts now between Indiana and Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a clientele now that doesn't happen overnight. It takes years to get the reputation that people
Sure.
will come back. Oh yeah.
You've had an air show there in the past couple of years, right?
Oh yeah,
Small.
I've had probably 7 of them so far. Yeah,
Mhm.
air shows. Yeah, I had one last year. So this year I'd like to do one every other year.
It's a
quite
lot
a bit,
of
it's quite a
work.
bit of work. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I am getting involved in putting together, and it's a proposal. It's for an
Mhm.
AOPA event. It's Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. They're for 2019. They're choosing 2 places, east and west,
Mm-hmm.
to host an event. And I've put my name in the ring, and we're doing a proposal now. So if we get lucky enough and get chosen for that, it'll be up to 8 to 10,000 people and 600
Wow.
aircraft. Yeah.
That would be fabulous.
So yeah,
That would be great for Newport.
yeah, it'd be great for the area in general,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, 600 aircraft, it's definitely going to be a bunch of bees up in the air, that's for sure.
Yeah, that would be
So-
fun for people to watch, as well as for people with businesses in the surrounding area.
Oh my God, it'd be huge. Restaurants,
Yeah.
I mean, motels, it'd be just huge. I mean, family events to do. I
Mhm.
mean, we can't just reach out. We got to reach out J-Peak. I mean,
Yeah.
they have the beds. You know,
Sure.
Newport, what do we have? 450, 400 room beds.
Yeah,
We're
maybe
talking-
they'd like to camp.
Yeah, we're looking like we need like 4,000 beds.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, so it's and car rentals.
Yeah.
It's just big. So we're putting it together. We got the state, local
Mhm.
government that's behind it right now. So we're working on it, and hopefully we can be one of those the lucky one that gets chosen.
Why not? I
That's
mean,
what
we're
I
a
said.
beautiful area.
Well,
We
we're
can sell
kind of
ourselves.
unique
Mhm.
because we're Northeast Kingdom International Airport now.
Right.
So, being that said, our neighbor to the north, they have COPA, which is Canadian Aircraft Owners Pilot Association. Try to incorporate that as well with our event.
Yeah,
I think it would just grow it even bigger. So,
right.
we're using a rule of thumb of 5 to 600 based on what they've done in the past, but because we're so close,
Mm-hmm.
it could exceed that a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's in the works. It's nothing solid, right? It's nothing concrete right now, but we'll find out.
It can happen.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got about 3 more weeks to submit it, and
Uh-huh.
we'll find out by September.
Be great.
Yeah, if we get chosen.
What about float planes? We have this gorgeous lake.
Right now, out of Alberg's is seaplane operation. We've been in contact with them. We've been working to promote a little activity on the
Mhm.
lake. I believe starting next weekend. I thought it was this weekend, but he'll be doing a little 15-minute tour of the area off the lake.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be.
And they'll fly from your airport.
No. They're going to be docked over here on the water,
Huh, whereabouts?
east side. Yep.
Great.
No, we've been working with Dina and working together, and they've agreed to add on 30 feet of extra dock,
Mhm.
so the aircraft can land right on the water and just take it
Float around.
right off the
So
restaurant.
That will float off from Dina. How far out on the lake?
They'll just do a 15-minute tour. They'll just take off in the water and land right back on the water. So it'll be a unique experience.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody said, well, won't that hurt your business? Well, you know, I mean, to create something different, to bring
It's fun.
to the area, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, no, that'd be kind of exciting.
Yeah. Years ago, when I was really into hiking, we flew in Maine
Mhm.
we did a float plane across Lake Namakanta to a piece of wilderness trail, because it was the only way you could get into this trail.
Right.
So the plane drops you there, and then you hike your way out. We have all this gorgeous land at the other side of our lake.
Oh yeah,
There
absolutely.
are trails there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's just like Alaska. I got a friend that flies there, and
Yeah.
the only way you get around there is, they call them puddle jumpers. You know?
Yeah.
It's just seaplanes that go from one pond or one lake to another. That's the only way to get around in Alaska. Old bush pilots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once you get up in there, we got a body of water within 20-mile radius of one another. There's a body of water.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, seaplanes are definitely unique and fun. And the only, I think, like, there's not like Lake Averill. I think there's only a restricted air
Yeah.
pond that you cannot land on, or lake.
Right.
But you definitely do your homework first before you start
Right.
landing on lakes.
So this is going to start from the east side in the next couple of weeks?
Yep. Yep.
And continue all summer?
Well, it's a trial run. He's coming from Swanton, so you know.
Yeah, it's a long haul.
Yeah, so we're just going to see what kind of
That's
activity it brings
exciting.
up, and yeah, it'll stir up a little commotion in town. It'll be kind of cool to see.
I saw something in the centennial blurb,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't realize that this was ongoing. There should be a load of publicity about this.
I hope so.
It's too good.
Yeah, I'll be offering air rides for the Centennial as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, between both of us, yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And how do people contact you to find out about you, what you've got at the airport?
I got a website, lakeviewaviation.com. My numbers are posted everywhere. I do advertise in papers, local papers.
And your company's called Lakeview,
Lakeview Aviation.
Lakeview Aviation.
Yep. Yep. So
Yeah.
that's definitely, I'm out there.
Yeah,
So.
and people need to know.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, advertising is everything. If you don't advertise, nobody knows you.
Right, but you can advertise, and what does it take to get people to look at the ads?
That's it. You just got to find your niche.
Yeah.
And
If-
that's tough.
If you're driving past Airport Road and you don't notice the sign that says "Flying Today," then
You know, that was a simple thing. We put a sign by the road, and you know, and a nice sign that just says,
Yeah.
you know, air rides, you know, tours
Yeah.
on 7 days a week. Just that alone was huge. I got more hits out of that than I did the paper.
right.
So sometimes just a simple little thing.
What would happen if you painted it a bright color or made it look like a plane?
Oh, something
A
that stuck
cutout.
out. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
And
I
you
mean,
can do that, I assume.
yeah, I get calls all the time. The number, I just passed your sign down the road
Yeah.
and said, just wondering how much it costs and when are you available.
Right.
So yeah, it simple, works.
Yeah. What's your 5-year plan, 5-year goals? Where's the airport and your company going?
Oh, like I said, I started in '04. I didn't know what was going to become of the airport, where I would go. But with the work with the state and everything now, we're a much larger airport. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to continue it, grow it some more. My son is my mechanic. He went to school, so he's my mechanic. So we work well together. We have our days. Family's the hardest to work together, but you know,
Yeah.
once you find a happy medium, then it works well. No, I'd like to see some sort of air service in the next 5, whether it be simple Burlington, Boston run, maybe some sort of package UPS. So that'd be exciting. We have reached out to them in the past. So we got the infrastructure built, different approaches now, much more better. So it's more appealing to come in bad weather. So that they look for that. Yeah, that's, you know.
How does winter impact on your business?
Flying is a little slower.
Yeah.
We're weather, you know, based on weather, but the shop stays busy. I mean, there's other ways of,
Yeah.
you know, keeping going, and we still do the flight school, do
Right.
ground school.
Mm-hmm.
Nice weather, you fly.
And pilots we all expect to fly in all weathers.
Oh,
even up
absolutely. I
here,
mean,
so-
aviation, I mean, you gotta, you gotta diversify, you know, I mean, I do the Portland pipeline, it's an oil line, so I got that contract, so that keeps.
What do you do for them?
Well, that's the oil line that goes from Montreal
Yeah.
to Portland, Maine, so I fly that on every other week,
To inspect it?
inspect the line,
Huh.
make sure nobody's digging on it,
Or that it isn't leaking?
or
Because
no Jed Clampett behind the line there collecting
Right,
oil, yeah.
one of the people who has had a lot of questions about
Mhm.
that pipeline, having seen leaks in other places. So it's actually really reassuring
Yep.
for me to know that somebody is actually flying it.
Oh yeah, we inspect the line every other week.
Huh.
It was every week,
Yeah.
but ever since the price of oil went way down, they pump as little less. So I mean, they went to every other week. We'll see what happens.
Have you ever found a leak?
No, but definitely some intrusions where people are digging, put a driveway across it and digging down. People don't realize that that line could be as deep as 6, 8 inches
Wow.
or 3 feet, you know,
Yeah.
so, so, it's my
That's
second
really
term.
cool
Yeah,
that you're doing that.
yep, that just, you know, gives the instructor some
Yeah.
airtime, if you will.
Yeah. Are there other really interesting projects like that that are really about safety of the area?
Oh yeah,
that you're
absolutely.
doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's a federal mandated job.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Do they have you flying the border too?
No, Customs and Border Protection, Homeland Security does that.
Yeah.
You see a white and blue helicopter flying around all the
Yeah,
time.
I've heard it and seen
Yeah,
it.
they go to Maine, Holton, Maine, and back all the time. They'll stop, get fuel.
Yeah, I've been on the lake and been buzzed, which is
Oh,
also
yeah.
annoying.
Oh, yeah. I fly the lake, do aerial tours, and,
Yeah.
and I'll run alongside of the border like that. I'll get a call. I said, there was an aircraft. That was me. I said, oh, okay, we're just doing a scenic ride.
You sure it was you?
Oh, yeah, no, I get the call all the time, but they don't bother me anymore,
Yeah.
so, which is weird.
Well, the time that I flew with you, you had to check in 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, to go into Canada, it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
The only thing since 9/11, they've
Sure.
made a lot of changes. I do a flight plan,
Mhm.
let them know how many souls are on board.
Yeah.
My intentions, it's just a scenic ride into Canada and coming back.
Hmm.
So I contact Boston Center and they transfer me to Montreal Center. We're watching you,
Right.
basically. So, I mean, if you're gonna land, then it's gotta be a point of entry.
Yeah.
So you gotta go to, let's say, Sherbrooke and land, clear customs, and vice versa here. Right now, it's in Burlington,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So we can't have customs here yet.
At our airport,
Yeah.
we're working with customs, and hopefully one day to see that come back.
Yeah. So it used to be here and it went.
Yeah, pre 9/11, 9/11 changed a lot of
Yeah.
things. You know, we used to be a landing rights airport
Mhm.
where by appointment. So now we have CanPass, Nexus, and
Right.
there's a lot of stuff now we can 24, 48 hours in advance.
Right.
So hopefully one day we'll get it back.
Yeah, because if we're going to be an international airport, it would
Exactly.
be really useful.
Exactly. You know, the name says it all, you know. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, well, next time, you know, we need this service back again. So, yeah, we'll see.
And you would think it would actually be to their advantage to provide it, or are they really trying to keep us all away?
Yeah, their biggest thing is the lack of manpower. They went
Mhm.
through a time frame, I'm sure, just like pilots, you know,
Yeah.
people retire, you know, the baby boom generation is having its effect on all walks
So
of
you
life.
mean us?
Yeah, exactly. Turns out I'm one of them.
Yeah, me
I'm on the
too.
tail end. I didn't
I'm
know
at
that.
the other end.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think they're coming back around now. I think they finally meeting their standards. They got people, manpower now. So.
Yeah. And it would certainly make sense for the state and for the feds to be encouraging that.
Oh, sure.
Because they want areas to grow and thrive. They make bucks off us, so
Of
it would
course. I mean,
really be smart.
my business, 180 degrees, is facing north.
Yeah.
That's Canada.
Yeah.
So, you know, open that gateway. I mean, that's just revenue into our area. Whether they come to buy fuel,
Yeah.
that's taxes. That's everything spent in this area. Land here, whatever, you know. I mean, yeah, absolutely. They've got everything to gain from it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Particularly when at least 70% of the population that lives here has family on that side.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one myself. I
Yeah.
mean, all my family's all Canadian, so,
Right.
yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
pretty much true for the majority of people who live here. It's only imports like me
Yeah,
who
yeah.
don't.
So, I mean, I'd like to fly down myself, you know, go to Burlington, clear, then fly back.
Yeah.
It's just an hour out of my way.
It's silly.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm hopeful custom, the next 5 years, that's another 5-year plan
Mhm.
that I'll be working hard towards to see that come, hopefully.
Yeah. What else could there be at an airport that would sort of attract people, business, energy?
Through the build out, we have upwards of 70 acre that's all permitted for buildings.
Wow.
So that's available. We're not going to turn away any business that wants to come on the field.
All right.
So we have water system now. We have sewer built in on the field.
Mhm.
So everything to accommodate that, everything's in place.
That's a lot of land.
It's a lot of land. It's a lot of, the airport's just shy of 600 acres.
Yeah.
So it's one of the largest airports in the state of Vermont,
Mhm.
size-wise, and runway lengths, it's the third largest airport, not including Burlington.
So certainly for cargo, that could be really worthwhile for businesses to think about.
Of course.
They could
And,
have
yeah.
their own hangar and
Yeah,
either
absolutely.
their own plane or rent a plane.
And we still have, throughout in the past 4 years, we were able to get foreign trade zone status on the
Mhm.
airport. So that's in place. So, I mean, somebody could build a storage facility for that. So, yeah, there's definitely things in place. Then just got a welcome sign, come on in.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is anybody marketing in that area?
The states help marketing that. We got NVDA, that,
Yeah.
you know, so there's a collaborative of a lot of people, and that's trying to market it. So there's legislature, they're
Yeah.
helping make sure that it's marketed. So all the airports, for that matter. So yeah, one day.
It's amazing the things that some of us don't think about because it's just not in our experience
Right.
about the hidden potential.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talk a lot about the hidden potential of the Northeast Kingdom.
Hmm.
Apparently, it's so well hidden that some of us who live here are finding it hard to discover it.
I mean, it's a
But it's-
beautiful area.
yeah,
It
it's
really
gorgeous.
is. I mean, you fly over it, there's just nothing else like it anywhere.
Right.
You know, I mean, we have an international lake. You know, you don't
Mhm.
see that very often in
Right.
certain areas. You know, Champlain is nice, but it's big. You know,
We have accessibility that they don't.
exactly. We're unique. It's
Yeah.
unique in itself.
So as we sort of build more involving the lake and peripherals like planes
Mhm.
and float planes and the Northern Star and
Oh yeah, everything plays
It's
plays
just
its
coming
role.
together, yeah.
Absolutely, everything is. It's got to come together, mesh together, and everybody,
Mhm.
you know, works in unison with one another.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
we have so much potential.
Oh yeah, just need the right person to drive it. That's the key.
Yeah,
That's the key. You know, you get somebody behind that's got a vision, got hope. Yeah, yeah. So like when I took over the airport, I mean, I went from being a farmer, operated a farm with my dad, and my mom got sick, so we kind of retired my parents.
mhm,
And I got I was interested in the airport. You know, we farmed the land, so I
Yeah.
got my pilot's license. It was okay. You know, bought a plane. With never intention of running the airport.
right.
And one thing led to another, and the guy said, "I've had enough," and I bought him out and took a chance. Took a chance.
Yeah,
And well, you know, you don't take a chance in life today. You don't know what you're capable
Right.
of doing.
that's absolutely
You know,
true.
there's leaders and there's followers. You know, it's what you want to be in life. Take
Yeah.
a chance. Be surprised what'll take you. Absolutely.
You had the vision
yeah.
and the dream and the energy.
You got to have the heart, boy, I tell you, because, you know, I says, I'll give it 5 years. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
we were trying to expand the airport.
Sure.
And we got jet fuel, a truck, and we seen jets.
Yeah,
So I said, you know, okay, let's try to build this out. And
right.
well, it took my 5-year plan turned into 15 before it got expanded, but it was a fight. And
But it's happened.
it's here. It's happened.
And we are at the end of our time. So it
That's
goes
great.
so fast.
Oh no, that was a half hour already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly, exactly. So if people want to reach you, they can do it by phone,
By phone,
or they can find you online.
online, LakeviewAviation.com. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
And when all of this comes together, come back.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
combination of the boat, the planes, the lake, our area, and the airport taking off. Be
I
fabulous.
mean, right now it's been a year since we've been grown out fully.
Yeah.
Publications all have the status of the airport, what it has
Yeah.
now. So, yeah, definitely. I figure another year or two. Be surprised what's on the field and what comes to our area.
Yeah. It's great. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. It was my pleasure.